Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 3rd of March 2025. Apologies for the headline and also this theme now that seems to be with Zero Hedge of posting photographs of women on to the headlines as well. I think this is AI generated, if I'm not mistaken, but nonetheless, so maybe a case of having to look for another website that gives a summary of events. But this headline, thank goodness February is over. Rate cut hopes jump as stocks and crypto dump. More technical, less fundamental driven collapse in everything that was seemingly going to the moon without hesitation. And dollar bid in wake of Trump-Zelenskyy clash while stocks roar into month-end close. Yeah, the spat between Trump and Zelenskyy has only boosted the stock markets bizarrely. I suppose it's because the US won't be handing over any money anytime soon. Unlike Rachel from accounts in the UK yesterday, managing to find a spare $2.5 billion or up to $5 billion, I think it was, available in a loan. I will say no more about that. And last week's, of course, finding another few billion that was stuck in the desk of the drawer for the military as well. And economic news this week, we've got a lot going on. Today we've got CPI flash estimates for the Eurozone and also manufacturing, ISM manufacturing. But later in the week, if you see ADP non-farm employment, that means that Friday we've got non-farm employment. There's a few things in between, but of course what's going to dominate the news now is whether a deal will be done or Zelenskyy will be going back to the US to ask for this peace deal. We'll have to wait and see. Like I say, this is not a political forum, but it's certainly going to have an impact on the markets. But so far, it's been a positive one for the Americans. It's also been a positive one for Rachel from accounts as well, which we'll look at in just a moment. But let's kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, despite the market trading down towards a 62% retracement on Friday, you can see we're getting a building of buying coming into the market. We've got the non-farm payrolls this week. We're heading back to the all-time highs. There's nothing to derail this. You'll get small pullbacks, but there is no crash around the corner or anything like that. And you can see the reaction to the spat on Friday between Zelenskyy and Trump there. The market's powering to the upside, and even overnight this is continued as well, trading up to Friday's high. Just be a matter of making its way through this level, and I'll tell you for why. Because the markets love war, and if it isn't going to, the continuation of Russia and Ukraine isn't going to be funded by the US, then it'll be funded by Europe and the UK, of course, part of that, and that will be enough to say keep the markets afloat. So in the German DAX, you've just seen it jump as I switch to the charts. Again, you've got all of this volume here. We've been oversold. The lines have crossed. We're now making our way back up. It won't be a matter of, might even be hours before we actually break through into the new all-time high for this market. And also in that process, we'll take out the 89% retracement as well. Just a quick look at the minute chart. There you go. It's at the moment 6:30 a.m. and the market's already marching to the upside. Now 30 minutes, again, you can see up on Friday, pulling back and then back up. And then, of course, no problem catching up with what was going on in the news and in the US during Friday there. So expect more of that today. Keep an eye on those targets in the daily chart because no doubt they'll be taken out. If they're not taken out today, they'll be certainly recording headlines this week of new all-time highs in the stock markets once again. And in the S&P 500, again, we've got the stopping volume coming into the market. The lines have crossed. We've got the fib retracements, which need to be redrawn from this high, the all-time high, to here. And you can see now we're back at 38 and 50% retracement. So again, free to move back to the upside. Now they've got the Nvidia earnings out of the way as well. You can see the market wasn't doing a lot on Friday, but as soon as the argument kicked off, and you can see there the market now up and above Friday's high there as well. In the FT 100, well, as I say, Rachel from accounts is doing a sterling job, and we've got a new all-time high as I'm recording. So one of the previous one is now gone. 8855. Are we heading to 10,000 for the FT with all of this nonsense that's going on? Who knows? But 30-minute chart, you can see on Friday the military spending is certainly helping to pump the stock market to the upside, despite the fact that the economy is going to hell in a handcart. You just can't make this up anymore. It is just absolutely insane. We are certainly living in the twilight zone with regards to this stuff. So we'll look at the US dollar's reaction to Friday, and you can see this pumped up as well, which you'd expect, because they're not going to have to cough up any money at the moment or do anything. So of course it's going to strengthen the currency. It's down slightly overnight, but of course the impact on the metals has been quite considerable. So let's have a look at those. And starting with silver, we've been seeing the markets actually drop from this high, if I can find the high. It's in here somewhere. Low high, 33.36, all the way down to the low on Friday. I told you that it was a Smackdown Friday, and it certainly was. Once again, $30. So $3 in a matter of a week. We've seen the price of silver drop, which is quite significant. So we can remove these and replace with this fib retracement. Whether we actually move up this week, who knows? I very much doubt it. I think the 200 MA is going to be tested, and also the $30 level as well. So there's going to be more for my money on the downside, as you'll see there. So probably down to $30. Well, that's 30.09. So that's where the market for my money is heading this week, and we can remove the upside there because, as I've said all along with this, even despite the so-called gold rush and potential to revalue gold, that's not going to happen anytime soon. And you can expect to see silver push down to 30.09 this week. Meanwhile, in gold, exactly the same. Expect the low for Friday to be retested as well, as more money is printed and sent over to Ukraine by the EU as well. So we're looking at 2832. I think 50% retracement there, probably down to the region of 2,800 for gold. And there you can see, despite being pumped up overnight and last week, it's already starting to make its way down just to break below the DP. And we head down to 2,800 level. It was 2,800, wasn't it? Yeah, easily. Yeah, it's only $32 there, so no problem at all. That can be done even during today if need be. Right, let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. And this down slightly, but a lot of potential if gold holds and silver doesn't, to move back up to that 96 level that I keep talking about in the gold-silver ratio. This will last as long as they want it to last. And you can see there we go all the way back to 24, and then further back as well to 23. So we're at that level where silver can still be hammered, and then all the way up to 96 as well. Right, let's have a look at Friday's trades. And starting off on Friday, the market moving higher in the pre-market session, getting back to the low because the market had sold off overnight in the previous day. You can see the volume kicking in there in the cash market as sellers came to market. Of course, this is tick volume, but it still represents, the volatility still represents the fact that people are selling. And there you had the signal prices moving higher before they start to retrace and then move higher once more, finding support at the close, and the 20 bar moving average and then moving up. And then through the morning becomes a fairly quiet potential sell signal there that's not filled, and then the market just trading in a range all the way through to the afternoon, as you'll see there, just range bound. And then of course the Dow opens as it sells off normally, as it's been doing now for a while. Again, you see them buying back here with the volume green inside of red at the low. Low is very important. Market is brought back and then moves to the upside. Then we have a sell signal there. The market fills, but then that's swapped for a buy signal that moves on to the evening session there, which you can see moving to the upside. So let's have a quick look at what we can expect during today. and that's where we're at the moment, I think. There we go. Yeah, market moving up to the upside. Let's see where we are in relation to where we are. So we've actually taken the high out of Friday, and as we've already seen that before earlier, so the market free to move to the upside. So what you're looking at here are the R2 and the R3, as like I say, plenty of money sloshing around for war, and this is good for the stock markets and also non-farm payrolls this week as well. Okay, that will do it for this one. Let's see how things unfold geopolitically going forward. But we're certainly living in interesting times, and like I say, to me it's like living in the twilight zone at the moment as far as the disconnect with the markets are concerned. Okay, that's it. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.